Hello, Lightning Brigade. Today we're going to be talking about Shenhe. Yes, I know this is Rosaria. She's just standing in as a fill-in right now. Why do you think she looks so pissed about it? We're going to be talking today about the preparations you need for leveling, weapons, artifacts, and teams. Now, the last three are all going to be basically mostly speculation. I've been in the Shenhe subreddit quite a bit recently. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/the Lightning Eagle. There you go. So, as to the material you'll need to level up Shenhe to level 80 and get all her talents up to level 6, you'll need 247 Hero's Wit, 180 Qingxin flowers, the flowers you see right there, that grow on top of mountains, the Whopper Flower Nectar, the gray version 18, the green version 30, and then the blue one 12. You'll need one of the green smaller cryo crystals, 9 of the blue ones, and then 9 of the purple ones. And then the boss material that we do not know yet, but you can assume it's the new boss, we're going to need about 26 of those. And for the Moira, you'll need 1,286,905 Moira. As for her talents, you need 18 of the gray Whopper Flower Nectar, 56 of the green nectar, 9 of the beginning talent books for prosperity, the green ones, and then 63 of the blue talent materials. And then that will cost you 367,500 Moira. So, the artifact sets are where things are going to get a little bit more headcanon and theory-ish with people. So far, from most places I've seen, people have been debating over the two-piece Glad, two-piece Shimenawa, just because she is built off of, or it seems she's going to be built off of attack percentage. They did not specify base attack, and I think they've done that before for characters like Sarah. Now, the question is, will going 3 attack in your Sands, Circlet, Goblet, and Circlet make diminishing returns at a certain point, right? Would it be better off to have maybe just the attack Sands and then also have the cryo goblet or crit damage goblet? And I think this would also depend on weapons as well. Other ideas people have brought up were also throwing in blizzard, so maybe a 2-piece blizzard, and then lastly probably emblem set, because we don't know the difficulty of getting her burst, or the burst cost that she has. If it's high, if it's low, that would be the only thing, and that makes it a bit easier. But those would be the 4 that I'm currently looking at. And if you're looking at 4-star artifacts right now, because you don't have anything else, you could use a Braveheart set that also gives an attack 18%, and then Sojourn set also gives attack 18%. And then people, if you're looking for crit rate, people typically will go Berserker, and then that would be basically it. Again, these ones are a bit more some more theory right now. We don't know yet. I'll go let you know the moment that we get into the first week of her being out. I'll go over other people's videos, I'll go over my own video, and then we'll see what we think is most optimal. But speaking about that, let's go to weapons. So for the weapons, the big thing here is trying to get weapons with high base attack, right? So that way, right? So let's just assume she is like Bennett or Sarah, where it's like base attack plus weapon attack. Well, then you're going to need a weapon that has high attack. Now, there are a few weapons, a couple of 4-star weapons that I don't currently have, and I would like to hope I could pull any of them before we do our video, but if not, I won't be able to give you the calculations for those. I'll just do the ones that I have currently. The first one on the 5 stars people have been talking about is the Skyward Spine. Attack for the Skyward Spine is 674, and it also has energy recharge on it, which is great. And I think it also has a prompt that gives crit rate up as well, so you can't really go wrong with that one. Everybody was talking about, oh my gosh, the Skyward Spine's finally good on something. Someone can actually use it, so that's like a big joke. Then we have the Primordial Jade Spear, 674 base attack, and then crit rate as well, so this way you don't have to worry about your crit. Also, you get stacks on the attack percentage based off how many times you attack, so you run in, attack a bit, and you can build up stacks, adding up in percentage, a max of 7 stacks. It also has a very high base attack, so it's also very nice. So earlier in this video, I didn't actually have the stats for this weapon. I knew a little bit about it, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to go into leaks. However, now we can talk about this weapon as well as the other 5-star weapons I've already mentioned. This weapon has the highest base attack I think I've ever seen, 741. The attack percentage added onto that is 16.5, so that's already a whole nother thing. The stacks that this weapon gets, gain 12% all elemental damage bonus, so that's already a thing. I have to see how that one things. I don't know if that just means like every elemental bonus now, or elemental damage, I guess, now just gets that 12% extra bonus, and that's just how that works. But after the weapon obtains absorption or consumption for 20 seconds, after using an elemental skill, this causes the attack to increase by 3.2 per second. So this thing has a maximum of 6 stacks. So the math, as someone else brought it up, is 3.2% times 6. So now you have an extra buffer, and the thing that's crazy about this a little bit, not like super crazy, but crazy, is that when you go off field, now it's 6.4%, because it doubles when you're outside or when you're off field. Yeah, no, we're kind of getting a little hectic here. The 741 has my brain going, whoa! Also, one 5-star weapon I forgot, but I'm not so sure how well it will work because you need a shield character for this one, I think, to get its full prompts. It's the Vortex Vanquisher. I'm pretty sure with it being a 5-star, it would still probably give you more attack than some of the weapons down here, but it has a low base attack, but it does have a attack percentage for the bonus. If you're running a freeze team with, I don't even know if this one work. I don't think you can run Ayaka, Mona, some cryo unit, Hydra unit, and then Shenhe, and then a Geo character like Zhongli. I don't know if that works. I think that would take away the elemental reaction, so don't do that. Let's go into the 4-stars that work, okay? Let's go to the 4-stars that will most likely work. Lithic Spear, high attack percentage, and then the bonus also as well. Every Liyue character you have on your team, so if you're going to run her and Ganyu together, now you get an attack bonus based off of the amount of Liyue characters in your team. I think it was like 3 for the max sets. Next would be the Favonius Lance, which as you can see here, high base attack and then also energy recharge, and then the crit hits will also have a chance to give you energy back. And seeing that she is a character who is going to be more probably reliant on burst and skill because she's like a support character, that'll be nice to have, so you can make sure that your DPS is getting energy, and then you can also make sure that she's getting energy as well. Normally the crit hits are at 60. I have my refinement 5 here, and it's 100% at refinement 5, so it's definitely a weapon to invest into. Speaking about the two, I don't want to call them pay to win weapons, but I mean, this one doesn't really count as a pay to win weapon, but if you're gonna pick one of the other here, we have the deathmatch, and then we have the Black Cliff Pole. So the thing here, I believe people were having some issue with is, first of all, I think this one has higher base attack, and then you also have crit damage. But since you're more likely going to be running Shenhe on cryo teams, because she's a cryo DPS buffer, it means you're already going to be getting crit rate up with resonance, I believe. And then if you have good substats in your pieces, you'll probably be fine in crit rate. I don't think this completely negates the weapon, but I'm pretty sure more people have been pushing for Black Cliff than they have been for Deathmatch. Again, we'd have to see. I'm going to go over these later in tests. Another weapon I don't have is the Wave Breaker's Fin, which is a very high attack and also attack percentage on it. So you really honestly can't go wrong with that weapon, it seems. And I think it also has a buff to burst as well. So you'd be helping her burst, you have attack percentage, and then you'll probably be able to worry about more like an energy recharge stance, whatever else we'll see. And then lastly, the Royal Spear. Here we are with the weapon, because I forgot it's still in the store right now. So this is a weapon you can't get in the store after your pulls, which is a thing as well. Upon doing damage to a character, you also get crit rate up, and then the crit hit removes all stacks. This is a very weird weapon. It's a very weird weapon. Okay, so maybe the focus is not the best thing ever, but you will get the attack percentage and also base attack there. So if you had to choose out of the weapons, I think that I need to build a weapon because free-to-play stuff. I think I'd probably go prototype just because the attack isn't the worst, and then also you get energy recharge back. And then lastly, for the 3-star weapons was a halberd. Again, this is just me throwing this out there. If you're like way under level, there's nothing else that you can really get right now. You're just like, hey man, I have this character, I only have 4-star artifacts, and you can do the Braveheart, you can do Sojourn, and then you can do the Halberd, and then you have a character that's kind of built for right now until you can get up to level, I think, what, 45 for later material stuff, and then also if you don't have any weapons for pull. So lastly, we're just gonna be talking about team comps. I think this one's pretty straightforward, especially seeing how her burst seems to be applied. It looks kind of like It looks a little bit like Kazuha's burst, not in the way that it's going to be like broken like Kazuha's, just in the way that it's like a big AoE attack, and it's going to be applying cryo for a good amount of time. So I think she'd have a very easy fit in with a freeze team. Now remember what I said with Lithic Spear. If you're doing the Lithic Spear, then you probably want to throw like what? Ganyu here as the main DPS, and then that way you have the two, just act like Rosario Shenhe right now. You'd have the two characters here from Liyue, and then you'd have to try to fill in the blank here. You could run Xingqiu here instead, so then you'd have 3 characters here, and then this you could make your healer. I would probably run like Jean as a healer here. Triple cryo won't help you, but it won't ruin the freeze reaction either. And I think that's all I would probably recommend. Oh, Barbara could work. Barbara could work too. I think Bennett would kind of ruin freeze, but let's not worry about that too much. There is also the opportunity that she'll be okay. We'll see what she can do with like on melt. So melt, Shenling, and then also Bennett over here. And then bam, so you're not freezing anymore, but now you're on melt team. You have still 3 characters here with this thing, and then you have Bennett here as your healer. You can go back and forth into that. I say team wise, again, she's very specific. People aren't sure about Eula and her specifically. She does have the physical debuff, right? But I think people are worried about Eula's time management needed in there, and then also if both characters end up being very energy heavy, that would also not be great, right? Hopefully not as a support character, but I have no idea, and I don't think they told us specifically the energy costs for their burst. And I think on Mihoyo's website we saw that she was able to make 3 energy particles. The question is, will she be able to make like 3 or 4? People are wondering. That's also going to be a bit different off of her. I think her hold E, like in the little video they show, her hold E and her regular E are actually different in the amount of energy they give back. But for me, if you're going to ask me what team I'm currently going to be running, I think I'm going to go Ayaka. I think I'm going to go Kokomi. I'm going to have Shenhe. And then probably Sucrose, Jean, or whatever character I think can carry. Hopefully we get a Kazuha rerun because I need him, and I'll probably just throw him in this spot instead. And then this way I think this works pretty well. Ayaka's going to get her cryo bonus damage, and then also the debuff's going to happen here. Kokomi can freeze easily. If not Kokomi, you're probably going to want to switch Sucrose over to a healer, but you can use Mona, you can use Xingqiu, and then I recently just saw a Spiral Abyss Spiral Abyss video that had Barbara in it, and they were doing work with Barbara. So either of those would work. Again, I think I'd probably go with this one. I think freeze is a lot easier to run than melt. With Ayaka, I think melt's a bit easier-ish, but I think there's something about her cooldown that doesn't make that the most optimal. So again, I think I'd just run Shenhe support, and then also with freeze team, and you should be fine. So that's going to be all for me today. I'm going to be doing a timer stream on YouTube when Shenhe comes out, and then we're going to be pulling there, and then after that, I'm going to be trying to make a build video, probably come out 4 to 6 days after we're done with the pulls and everything else and leveling her. This is going to be kind of a weird character. Sometimes support characters have multiple routes. You can kind of go with them that almost as equally as valid. Like Beidou with Emblem, or 2-piece Thunder Fury, 2-piece Glad, or I think there was like a Noblesse something set that you could run with Beidou as well there. Support characters are a bit tricky because DPS characters are pretty straightforward. Characters like Ito, like you just want to get Huss set, like just go for Huss set. Characters like Eula, Pale Flame, like it's you can do other things, but optimal wise, we have one goal. Typically people just run other things because they can't reach that one at the moment. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Again, as I said, still wait off. Don't go running to level everything up right now. These are just predictions mostly. Outside of the preparation was completely, that's just obvious. It's not hard to tell what that is. We have calculators for that literally now. And then weapon-wise, weapons are okay. Leveling weapons doesn't usually go bad because you can use weapons on other characters, right? Certain weapons like Lithic are okay. Any of the 5-star weapons you already have, leveling those isn't going to hurt you because you can use them for other characters. But artifact-wise, I'd wait for artifacts. And then team-wise, you don't lose anything learning team stuff. Anyways, I stream on Twitch. Be sure to come follow us in there. It's going to be in the pinned comment down below. And I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Don't leave!